skit, I want you guys to pay attention now, okay? You're good representatives of what we talked about. All right, now on three. On three, coaches. Good morning, campus. All right? 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, campers!
Ooh, give my hand. That's pretty good, isn't it? And I think there has to be a response. Oh, you got thumbs down, okay? All right, well, we'll see. Now I'm going to give you one chance. One chance. So if you had one game, like we did in 2014, to win it all, 1 against 1, you're the opposition, okay? You're the team. This is a championship moment right here. You've got one time to do your very best, and that's it. I'm not going to give you a second try. So where we started out was a 4, I think, the other day. It was Auburn. 6. Okay, that was all. 4 was Tennessee. Okay, 6 Auburn. Okay? And now what we're going to do is we're going to try to move it into the 9-10 range. But it's going to take some effort. All right? So here we go. Here we go. You guys ready? Oh, I like it. This is what we're going to do in high school camp. This is exactly what the kids will do. I bet you guys can do better than the group that's coming in here next week. All right? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Good! Sit down. Give yourself a hand. Good job. Okay, now today's schedule demands that you have to be very, very good listeners because it's completely different than what we've done the first 3 days here. I've got 9 campers who have either been at camp before or are willing participants. They're going to show you a small skit here, and I'm going to ask for your participation too. Because anytime that you see bad behavior, I want you to put your thumb up in the air, point it down, and then a loud boo would really help this skit. Now, if you see something that you like and you see behaviors that are good, I want you to put your hands together and clap for them. Obviously, the difference between positive, negative behavior. Now, the reason I do this every year is because, as I told you up in the stands, I spend a lot of time with our kids talking about behaviors. Behaviors that have everything to do that show your character. I want to tell you this one thing about yourselves. If you just stay with me, keep your eyes up here and your attention for a couple of minutes. You guys, as young kids, to the time you go through high school, to the time you go through college, are a walking, talking billboard for your parents. You're a walking, talking billboard for your parents. Everything that people see when they look at you and watch you represents how you were taught back at home. You represent everything that your parents have done in 10, 12, 15, 16, 17 years. And then they let you go, and you go off to college, and during that time, as our kids do on the baseball field, and in public, and in the classroom, they represent their parents all the time. And if you think about it in those terms about representing your parents, you say, well, I never want to let my parents down because I love my parents. So therefore, I'm going to act right so people think my parents did a good job of raising me. That only makes sense. Does it not? It makes a lot of sense. So when I go to tournaments around the country at the end of the year, I go to one in Long Beach, California. The dugouts are kind of like this, and I sit in the same spot the last 25 years. Gone for 25 years, I sit in the same spot. I sit right in that corner seat right there, as close to the dugout as possible. Why? Because I want to see you guys and how you interact with your teammates, how you put on your equipment, how you take the field, how you come off the field, how you act after a strikeout, how you act after a walk, how you act after an error. You say, Coach, you're talking all about events of they're somewhat negative. Walking, striking out, not walking so much, making an error, a miscue. How about the positive things? You know what, guys? Anyone can act well when you do something positive. Everyone acts well when they get a base hit. Everyone acts well when they make a nice play. You make a web gem, everyone's happy. You hit a home run, usually everyone's happy. You make a nice play, everyone's happy. But it's not those times that matter. The times that matter are really when you make mistakes. Because the game of baseball is filled with mistakes. So it's really how you handle those mistakes more than you handle the positive things that are the difference between winning and losing, and taking energy away from your team and giving energy to your team. I talk about certain kids that have a positive way about them. I call them a positive life force. Positive life force just means when you see this person, you feel good. They've got a smile on their face, they always show their teeth, and people want to be around them. Happy people, they draw more people to them. People who aren't happy, usually people stay away from them, like they have body odor. I don't want to be around that guy. Every time I'm around that guy, it makes me feel bad. You've seen that person before, but you don't want to be that person. What you want to be more than anything, and I know we all want to be good players, but what you want to be is a positive life force on a team. You want to be someone that says, you know what, we can't do without Gilmer. Gilmer's on our team, we love him as a teammate. We can't do without Leighton. We can't do without Hunter. Why? Because they're positive kids. We like being around them. They're always in a good mood. You want to be around those kids, and you want those kids on your team. So we're going to talk about some actions today that occur on a baseball field as individuals. To be honest with you, and that's why you came to camp, is to learn. I've seen some things on the baseball field this week that need some help, that need some attention. Because as young kids, we are going to do some things, and we're going to recognize that they might not always be right, but at the same time you can say to yourself, I caught myself. I felt my chin go to my chest, and I felt my head go down. I've got to correct that. You see, character is a choice, and you have the ability to do anything you want to in your life with character as long as you decide to make the right choices. Okay? So here's what we're going to do, fellas. I got Coach Sensing and Coach Hendricken helping me out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a team. We got the Bad News Bears, and we've got a championship team. Now, the Bad News Bears are going to take the field first, okay? This is a group that's going to get on the field, they're going to go to their positions, and they're going to show you how enthusiastic they are to start this inning. Guys, you ready to go? All right, let's do it. Okay, hold it right there, stop, freeze. Okay, now what we've got is something that's pretty disturbing. Number one player ran out to the field without his hat. Seriously? Then another player came out here with his hat sideways. How many guys did you see with their chins down? Several. How many guys were walking? All of them. You say, yeah, coach, they're just acting. They're not acting. I've actually seen that this week. That's not good. Because if you're a good player and you act like that, a coach sees it and he says, I'm done, I'm going to another game. I'm not watching that for 2 hours. Okay, guys, go back. This is how you would want to take the field, and this is how our kids take the field to get to Vanderbilt. They come together first, outfielders, infielders, catchers, pitcher alike, okay? And when they get to the field, or go on the field, they do something first. All right? Go ahead, boys. Okay, give them a hand. That's pretty good. That's good energy. They broke as a group. They broke as a team. And then when they came onto the field, they ran out to their positions. Their heads were high. Yeah, that looks good. That's good energy. I'm excited about watching this game. All right, now, here's another thing. How people come off the field. Now, there are certain teams that come off the field okay. There's some teams that come off the field really well. I'm going to show you the Bad News Bears first and how they come off the field after a third out, and they're getting ready to hit. This will be really exciting. I can't wait to watch this, okay? All right, strike three, any over? Go ahead, boys. Ooh, that hurts. I don't know if I've seen it at that level, but maybe I have. I'm not sure. Okay? All right, pick up your glove, come on back out. Good job, but it's pretty good because you guys need to see what it looks like. It's ugly. It's ugly. And that's not worth looking at. All right, now I'm going to show you a team after a third out that's excited to play offense. But watch how they finish this whole activity up. Okay? Strike three, any over. Go ahead, boys. Okay, now that's pretty good right there. Number one, first off, as they came off the field, this is something Carson Fulmer did when he pitched here. He would get done with an inning, and after he got done with an inning, like Payson just did, he ran off the inning and faced all his teammates, and he wouldn't go off the field until he made a connection with every player. Huge if you're a pitcher. Because on your pitcher, you're on an island by yourself. But at the same time, what he was doing is he made sure that he connected with every single one of his players. These guys did that. The second thing they did is they hustled off the field. The third thing they did was what? They encouraged. Okay, then what's the last thing they did? The very last thing when they got to the dugout. They put their gloves down properly and together. So all the infielders and outfielders know where their gloves are. That way, if someone's left on the field after a hit or after an out, someone can grab their glove and bring it out to them. That's working as a team. All right? Now, here's the third skid. Taking ball four. I'll take an umpire. Payson, you'll pitch. I need a hitter. And I need someone on deck. Need someone on deck. So get right out here. All right. Now here's the hitter. Make sure you're watching. Taking ball four. Payson, you're going to throw an imaginary pitch. Jack's going to see the ball. And he's not going to swing. Coach Sensing's going to call the pitch. Here we go. Go ahead. Good. That's good. That actually was acted out very well. Payson threw ball four. This kid, because he didn't get to swing the bat, was disinterested. He thinks a walk is actually a walk, so he walked to first base. But he was very selfish because he said to himself, I want to hit. A walk's not good enough. When actually a walk is just like a single, it's just like any way to reach first base. Okay? Come on back and do it again properly. Now I'm going to show you what a hitter does after he takes ball four. This is a championship team. And you're going to see what he does once he gets to first base and connects with the next hitter. All right? Payson, go for it, brother.
But we didn't include it.
Runs down to first base. Perfect. Give him a hand. Okay, good job. Payson, you stay right there. I'll take the catcher. Stay right there. Okay, because really a walk, and I'd rather call it that. There's no such thing as walking. Okay? It's running to first base, base on balls, and as he turned around, he connected with his teammate. He said, "Cop, pick me up." He points at his teammate. That's what we do here. We get to first base or second base, we point back to the next hitter. Pick me up. You're connecting with a teammate. All right? All right, the next act, you've seen this a bunch of times, and this is strike three. Come on up. But this strikeout right here is all the umpire's fault. Okay? It's never a hitter's fault. It's the umpire's fault. It always is the umpire's fault. Call third strike. Okay? So here we go. Payson, you're going to throw an imaginary pitch. Coach Simpson's going to be very verbal here. Go ahead. What do you got, boys? Several things happen here. Oh, and he's not done. Perfect. I've seen a bunch of this now. And I've seen some water coolers taken out because it's the water cooler's fault. It's definitely the helmet's fault, and it's definitely the bat's fault. So you want to throw those, right? Because it's their fault. Well, number one, it's not the umpire's fault, because with 2 strikes, you got to be aggressive. And the zone's going to widen a little bit, okay? If you happen to strike out looking, it can happen. So what do? You handle it right. When he came back to the dugout, you can see the on-deck hitter was ready to fist bump him. What do? He walked right by him. So my teammates, you leave him hanging, said, what's the matter? The inning's not over. That's just 1 out. We can still score a lot of runs. But what that guy is doing is he's draining energy from the group just by his body language. So he goes back, throws his helmet, throws his bat. All right, let's do it the right way. Casey, go ahead. Okay. Perfect. Give me a hand. Now, no one's asking you to jump and join when you strike. You don't feel good. That's a tough moment. Playing baseball is difficult because you're right out in front of everyone. When you strike out, everyone gets to see it. So what? So what's going to say? Keep your head up. You got several other at-bats in the game. No big deal. It's not the end of the world. No big deal. We go back to the dugout. We pick up our partner. Say, pick me up. Pick me up. That's exactly what a good teammate does. Okay? All right, let's score. Let's show you how to score. Let's show you how certain teams act when they score a run. We're going to get to third base right here. We're going to have a hitter. Payson's going to throw a pitch. We're going to get a base hit right here. Just watch your runner and watch the engagement of the dugout. All right? Case, go for it. Base hit. Tremor's waving to his fans and family. I don't know what's happened over that dugout. We've got 2 kids that are on their own agenda. They're talking about something that happened. We got 1 person coming out of the bathroom. Jonah, I hope you feel okay. Okay? You got another guy facing in the dugout, completely disinterested. All right, let's do it the right way. Fellas, that happens. That happens. Happens more than you think. When people score runs, you should see the other team. You got 5 or 6 guys that never get off the railing. Here's the deal. If a teammate scores a run today, everyone on the team should connect with him. And that means fist bump, or tap him on the head, or tap him on the back. Here's how we do it the right way. Go ahead. Much better. Good job. I'll finish this up right here. Actually, that was a great way to do it. He sprinted into the plate. He spiked home plate. That's what we call it, by spiking home plate, making sure the umpire sees it. But the best thing about that activity is he scored, and all of his teammates connected with him, and they picked him up. That's a good feeling. That's how teams act when they're together. All right? All right, now the last thing we're going to do is what you guys do after every game, but it really sometimes becomes a poor activity, and it's not very genuine, and that is shaking hands with one another. I can tell you some coaches in our league, when they win, they're in the best mood. We joke about it in the locker room after a game. When they win and I go to shake hands with them, they go, heck of a game, coach, heck of a game, you really played well. And then the next day when we play them and we beat them, they give you the drive-by. It's like, and we joke about it. Say, did he even make eye contact with you? I'll ask Travis and Brian. No, he never made eye contact with us. But yeah, yes, he was really happy when they won. You're the same, win, lose, draw. You're the same. You're the same. Actually, you should be better when you lose, because it's tough to be that way. But you should be. You should be more genuine, there should be more eye contact, and there should be a good handshake. All right? Bad news there is shaking hands with another team. Go ahead, boys. Ooh. Okay, very disinterested group right there. Okay? All right. Here we go. Let's go back, try it again. Now, in a perfect world, if you had two classy teams, this is what you would want to see. And this, hold on, before you get going, most difficult thing is maybe to play a national championship game and lose and wait for the team to stop celebrating and then get up and when they're celebrating, be ready to shake their hand when they get done. That's tough to do, but when it's done, it's really classy. Go ahead, boys. Good. Fellas, give them a hand. They did a good job. That's baseball etiquette right there. That's a proper handshake. There's eye contact. They pat each other on the back. Very difficult to do the right way. Okay? All right. Now here's what we're going to do to finish this thing off. See that stargate out there? We're all going out there. We're going to get in a circle around it, tight circle, and you're going to wait for me. We're going to do one more activity. Ready to go? Walk out there. You can walk out there. You don't have to